Hi, this is Ashwan from Brilotech. I'm going to explain the way we use GitHub to upload our projects. As we are doing the training, I would like you to upload your samples, the assignments that you've done. You can ask questions based on that. Once you upload it, I will be able to look at it and see what you've done, and then be able to help you resolve the assignments that you're working on if you have any questions. So the first step will be to log in into GitHub. The user ID is Brilotech, and I will share the password with you. Once you sign in, then you can see that there are different repositories that I have created. So there is a repository called Brilotech Training, which contains all the sample projects that we are working on in the training. That's on my computer. Similarly, there are also the slide decks that we are going through in the class. I also uploaded that. I'm going to show you how to. I also created a repository for each of you. So there's a repository that each of you can use to upload your projects, your assignments, so that it's centrally located and I can take a look at it. So here I'm going to show you how to create projects in and upload that in the repository. So here we have a repository called Shalini Samples. Once you open it, you can see you can see this already has a little bit of information, but we're going to upload a new project here. The important thing to note here is the URL, which we will need to provide to Visual Studio, so that this can be cloned and the project can be brought to the local machine. So we will be setting up a GitHub local folder where you will be putting all your projects, and you will be using that. You will be uploading all the projects into GitHub. Let's go to Visual Studio. So here in Visual Studio, I already have created a clone for Shalini projects. I'm going to just delete that for now, and then we're going to do it from the beginning. So let me go into connections. So this one right here, I'm going to, okay, it's, okay, so I already have a project for Shalini projects. So let's do one thing. Let's actually clone another repository. We're going to go into, let's say we take Manish projects. And once I click on Manish projects, there's nothing in this repository right now. The URL that can be used to clone is up here. So we're going to copy this URL. And then come here in Visual Studio and click on Team Explorer. If you don't see Team Explorer on your right, then go to View up here, and then click Team Explorer, and it should show up here. At this point, so if you're in Home, then you would see, click on Manage Connections, and then you would see an option to clone. So here you type in the URL of the GitHub URL for Manish projects repository, and then below that you need to give a local path where you would like to store. That's your local folder where all your projects would be. So here I'm going into C:, own business, and then here I'm going to create a new folder called Manish projects. And click on OK. So now you can see that the path is C:, own projects, Manish projects, and then click on clone. So if the clone is successful, you will see a message on the top saying the repository was cloned successfully. if since I've already done this a few times. When you're doing it the first time, you will be prompted for a user ID and password. You should provide the same user ID below tech and the password that was used at the GitHub website. I will provide you the password so that you can log in. Now, what we'll do is we'll create a new project. So go to File, say New, and then in the location, select the location where this location that we just created, which is own business and Manish projects, and then say select folder, say a sample app. So it's our ASP.NET MVC app. Click on OK. Click on OK again. It's an MVC app. At this point, you can see all the solution and the project is getting created. All the packages are getting added right here in the bottom. You can see the list of the list of packages being added. So those are like NuGet packages, and your solution is created now. So if I go to my local path and see look for Manish projects, so the solution has been created. The next step is to check in this information into GitHub. Here at the bottom, you can see there is an indication. So it says that we are right now in Manish projects. The path is Manish projects repository. And these are the changes that we have. So you click on that and it will list you all the changes. Now, one thing to note is we don't want to check in the packages folder when for any project. So I'm going to click on everything that's inside packages, and I'm not going to check in that because this is a lot of NuGet packages, and we don't want to check in this. Every time you build your Visual Studio project, all these packages are automatically created by Visual Studio. So I'm going to select all these. And I'm going to right click and just ignore these local items. So all those are ignored. And I'm ready to check in my file. So here you saying checking, put in a comment saying checking in files. Let's say commit staged. At this time it says it has committed locally. Then what there are still changes that have not gone in. So I'm going to say commit changes and say commit all. It says git failed, and there's I don't need this folder. There's some problem being created, so I'm going to just remove this guy. Ignore these local items. I don't need that. Say commit all. Yeah. So at this, when all the changes are committed, you will get an indication saying 0. So next step will be to push the changes. So go to the left, and you will see a upward arrow, and with the number of pushes that are pending. Click on that, and you can see these are the 2 pushes that are pending. So click on push. At this time, the changes will be pushed into GitHub. So it says successfully pushed branch master to origin. If I look at my GitHub projects under Manish, I can see that sample app that we created is now in GitHub, and anybody can view this. So this is the process to upload your projects into GitHub. Use your own repository. I created one for each of you. So feel free to do this. I want you to do this and start pushing your projects into GitHub. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call or send me a WhatsApp message, and then I can help you. Hopefully this video was useful. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.